911.
There was just a shot fired. A man was just shot.
Okay.
Is he breathing?
They weren't sure whether or not he was going to make it.
And I'm like, what happened? She said, he gone.
Surveillance video is one of the most important things because that does not lie.
We could tell that this was clearly a pursuit.
This wasn't an accidental shooting. This was actually a planned out murder execution.
Let's get past the I don't know stuff, okay? You want to tell us the truth?
Hey, Reggie.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Doing, bro?
Reggie was probably one of the most charismatic people that I think I've ever met. People just naturally were attracted to him. Reggie was working at his new job in the Quad City area.
Hey, so how's the job going?
It's going good, going good.
Yeah? How are the kids?
Reg has 2 children. He has a son and a daughter. He loved his children. Lil Reg was silly. He still didn't take too much of anything serious. The only thing that he took seriously was fatherhood. That's it. He was a serious father.
Oh, they're growing up so fast. Reggie, is that who I think it is?
His girlfriend, Kiara, had just recently moved to Cedar Rapids. And so he would just go out there to spend his time with her. And then he still had his own place in the Quad Cities. He just thought she was like real, like amazing, like, and he was kind of like starstruck by her. Like he thought he hit the lotto when he met her.
Yo, I gotta go. I'll see you in a few days.
Reggie, always a pleasure, man.
I never thought that would be my last time to be in his presence or seeing him. We probably just thought it was just another day that we would go about our separate ways and we'll just see each other tomorrow.
Hi, I'm at Come and Go on First Avenue. There was just a shot fired. A man was just shot.
Okay, which Come and Go?
32nd Street and Come and Go. I think he
it.
got shot in the leg. They put him in a car. He's in a car.
What kind of a car? Plate number?
It's in a Monte Carlo.
Okay.
Is he breathing?
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh
start
my God.
paramedics.
Uniform officers responded to the come and go. They determined quickly that the victim, Reginald Ward, was in bad shape.
Reggie is bleeding heavily from a gunshot wound to his upper leg.
When officers first got there, Reginald Ward was still alive. And in fact, other bystanders who were there that morning had attempted to provide aid to him.
Reggie's girlfriend, Kiara Morris, is with him.
Officer Justin Kowinski is one of the first officers to arrive on scene. He gets a turbant, wraps it around the leg to apply pressure. They got paramedics that come on scene. The paramedics take over, and they're doing everything they can to try to stop this bleeding, but they can't.
EMS rush Reggie to the ER for treatment. An officer drives Kiara to the hospital to be with him.
By the time I got to Come and Go, the victim, Reginald Ward, had already been transported to St. Luke's Hospital. I was notified by officers at the scene that Reginald Ward had a lot of blood loss. It appeared where the shooting happened, there were multiple shell casings. The car that Reginald Ward was in was a black 2-door Monte Carlo. It was near the exit, and that's where they had stopped and attended to Reggie. I went and spoke with the manager.
I'm Investigator DeVory. Tell us what happened.
She said she was cleaning the pumps when she saw the two vehicles come into the parking lot and stop at the pumps, and she knew right away something was going on by the way they pulled into the gas station. They were coming in at a higher rate of speed than normal, and once they were stopped, Reginald immediately exited his black Monte Carlo and was in an argument with the driver of the gold sedan. So she retreated to the store, and by the time she was getting to the store, people were starting to say there was a shooting.
I will need to see the surveillance.
Come and Go should have the best surveillance video because the crime happened there. And it happened in a location where you think that the cameras would have caught the shooting.
Start just before the incident.
But there are cameras on this date in question of when the shooting occurred. There's a camera obstructed, and then another one of its cameras weren't even working.
I can't see anything.
I was expecting to see the shooter, also see the vehicle that was involved. Being an investigator and getting video surveillance that you would think would show the crime at a business, and it doesn't, can be very frustrating.
Hey, I'll go speak to the girlfriend.
I went to St. Luke's Hospital to speak with a prime witness, Kiara Morrissey, and we were hoping that she would be able to tell us who did this.
Hi, Kiara. I'm Investigator Jake, and I need to ask you a few questions about what happened this morning.
The doctor came in while I was trying to talk to you. Kiara, Reginald Ward was alive, but wasn't looking good.
He was in what's called PEA, pulseless electrical activity, when he came in, so he's not getting blood flow to his brain during that.
Just tell me, is he kind of dead?
We got a heart rhythm back, and it's
so how long
it may be alive enough to go to the OR, but how his brain recovers after all of that downtime is unknown. Could be badly stroked.
Right.
So it's definitely not good.
Where was he shot? Do you know?
Reginald was shot in the lower left area near his groin. He was shot by this special ammunition called RIP.
RIP, or radically invasive projectile ammunition. This ammunition is meant to cause as much damage to someone's internal organs as possible.
This type of ammunition is not your normal 9mm ammunition that you would buy to go target shooting at a gun range.
It is these special bullets that are designed when they enter into a body to split into multiple pieces. The bullet spidered into his body and basically shredded his insides.
It was difficult, though, for Kiara due to the shock that she had just witnessed Reginald Ward be shot right in front of her.
I don't want to talk.
Pardon me?
I don't want to talk, and I'm not talking about anything right now. I have to think about my life.
Investigators searched the area around the crime scene for more surveillance cameras.
We start looking at businesses in the area, and one of the closest ones was Flowerama across the street.
Hi, I'm with Cedar Rapids PD. I need to review your surveillance footage for this morning.
They had a camera that was pointing towards Come and Go, and it also gets the entrance and exit location off of First Avenue.
Start just before 8 a.m. There's the car.
At 7:49 a.m., I observed Reginald Ward's black Monte Carlo entering the gas station. It was being followed very closely by a gold-colored sedan. They pull up to the pumps and stop.
We think we have this perfect view, but there's this black pickup truck that's blocking a half of it.
Punch in there.
We were able to enlarge the Flyerama video surveillance. We're able to see Reginald Ward exit his vehicle. He's identified because he has a white t-shirt on. The individual in the gold car is wearing all dark clothing.
The two individuals kind of keep a brief distance from each other. They're not face to face, they're not in each other's nose to nose. But there is definitely, by the body language, there's some words being exchanged.
Helps him back into the vehicle. The shooter gets back into his gold car and makes a fast exit from the gas station.
Kiara gets in the driver's seat with Reginald. She starts to go past the gas pumps, goes onto the southwest side of the gas station parking lot, abruptly stops.
Kiara exits the driver's side and runs around to the passenger's door. Bystanders then emerge from the come and go and heads towards the black Monte Carlo to help Reggie.
Can you clean that up?
We were hoping to not only see what happened, but also try and get a license plate or a possible identification made on the shooter. We were unable to get a license plate or description of the driver, but we were able to get a description of the gold color sedan. It was a Ford Fusion.
Okay, thanks.
Across town, Reggie's family learn about the shooting.
Hello? My cousin called me. She said, Zan, Loreg got shot. She's crying. And I'm like, what happened? She said, I don't know. I hang up the phone. I scream.
Investigators return to the hospital to speak to Kiara again.
We asked her what happened that morning. Kiara said that she was on her way to work.
She tells investigators that she and Reggie left her apartment together.
Did he stay all night with you last night?
Mm-hmm.
When you guys were driving to work, what happened on the way up to the gas station?
Well, nothing. Basically, there was a car that we went to the gas station and they went to the gas station.
Okay. Where did you first see that car at?
I wasn't paying attention. I didn't expect a car. I didn't know this until the car pulled into.
We asked Kiara to try and explain what had happened, as we had told her that witnesses knew that she was right there.
From the confrontation that some of the witnesses talked about, they said there might have been more to, like, what was going on, like. So, well, that's just their perception.
How can they sit up there and say that?
Well, they're saying that one car almost chased the other car into the parking lot.
They can't know what's going on when I don't even know.
Yeah.
She really was difficult and didn't want to answer the question. Kiara, to me, seemed like she didn't want to help us.
She was at the scene. She saw the shooter. We needed to expand our investigation further, so we got a search warrant for Kiara's apartment. The night we did the search warrant at Kiara's apartment, we observed there was multiple surveillance cameras on the outside of her building and the local businesses.
All right. Why don't you go check out these businesses? Huh?
The apartment of Kiara Morse was searched in an attempt to find potentially any evidence that would lead us to a suspect of this shooting.
Check those cupboards. Hey.
We located some 9mm ammunition in a drawer in the kitchen.
The rounds found were different from the 9mm rounds that were actually used in the shooting.
Hey.
We found a note that said, "I miss you," and it was signed Todrick.
They don't know who Todrick is. They don't have a connection. What's going on? Is this potentially a connection to the shooting, or is this some random note?
Jacob.
The next day, we got a call from St. Luke's Hospital that Reginald Ward had been pronounced dead.
When Reginald Ward died, we have something that went from a potential attempted homicide to a homicide case.
The news of Reggie's death reaches his friends.
I woke up and I seen some missed calls from my friend, and I called him back to see, you know, what was going on. I took it real hard. It really hurt. It was devastating. Reggie was like my little brother. Hearing something had happened to him, I kind of felt like it was on my watch.
My cousin called me, and she said, "Zan, he gone." Oh my God. And I was like, what? What you mean he gone? She said, he gone. And she screamed. And I screamed. And I cried so hard. And I'm like, no.
DeVore.
The day after the shooting, we received an anonymous call saying that Kiara and her boyfriend Reginald were having problems with a ex-boyfriend. This anonymous caller did name the ex-boyfriend as Todd Jenkins. We then remembered the note we found in Kiara's apartment, "I miss you, Todrick," and we felt there's probably a connection.
Thanks. Got a name?
When I learned that Kiara had problems with an ex-boyfriend, that's a red flag to me.
We may have found a motive for Reginald's killing, but we need to do more investigation and find out more information about Todd Jenkins.
We find that he's from Davenport, Iowa, which is about an hour and a half from Cedar Rapids. So he'd been previously arrested also in Iowa for misdemeanor crime. Where that crime occurred, they took a .40 caliber pistol from him. The trace on the firearm shows that it was purchased from a gun store in Davenport.
Hi, I'm calling from Cedar Rapids PD.
Contacting that gun store, we find that Todd Jenkins had recently purchased a Glock 9mm pistol. We also found that he had purchased RIP ammunition from this gun store.
RIP, you're sure?
The same ammunition that was used to kill Reginald Ward. This ammunition was so rare that even the gun shop owner said, I've only sold one box to one person, and it was this person, Todd Jenkins.
Okay, thanks.
On Monday, November the 4th, we'd received video surveillance from Kiara's apartment building and local businesses.
Hey, take a look at this.
The video surveillance from Kiara's building, it shows us a wide angle of the parking lot and the entrance into the building.
Kiara's apartment is only a few minutes' drive away from the come and go where Reggie was shot at 7:51 a.m.
Started 7:45.
At 7:46 a.m. on the surveillance video, we see two figures exit the apartment building and then get into a black Monte Carlo.
Punch it in.
Those two individuals we see is Reginald Ward and Kiara. And we see them walk to the parking spot where Reginald's car is parked. Reginald get into the driver's seat, Kiara get into the passenger seat. We then see the vehicle start to back up from its parking spot.
Look there.
As Reginald and the black Monte Carlo back out away from their spot, on the corner of the building, I notice a gold-colored sedan back up and head towards the black Monte Carlo.
The Gold Ford Fusion pulls up so that each car could see who's in the other car.
We see the black Monte Carlo leave the scene. At that point, the Gold Ford Fusion spins around and we see it speed out of camera in order to pursue this Monte Carlo.
So after watching this surveillance footage, we now know that the gold-colored sedan was pursuing Reginald in his black Monte Carlo.
We also have some footage from a local shop.
Scooter's coffee shop sits on the east side of the building.
This would be right beside the suspect vehicle.
Started earlier to find out when the car arrives.
At 7:26 a.m., we observed the gold-colored sedan drive through the parking lot at Kiara's apartment building and pull into the Scooter's parking lot.
Let's see if they get out.
The gold-colored sedan had parked and stayed there for 20 minutes, and the driver had not left this vehicle. The driver had parked and waited for Reggie and Kiara to leave.
This wasn't an accidental shooting. This wasn't by mistake, that this was actually a planned out murder execution.
Go back to where it pulls in.
We observed the gold-colored sedan pull into a parking spot.
Punch in there.
That's when we're able to see the license plate.
Check the license.
We were able to locate the registered owner of the vehicle. It was a relative of Todd Jenkins.
The car belongs to Todd's sister, Brianna Sanders Benavides. Investigators put out an alert to locate the gold Ford.
The Davenport Police Department finds the vehicle in Davenport and abandoned on the street. I contacted Brianna Benavides about her gold Ford Fusion to find out who would have had the car in Cedar Rapids at the time of the murder. In speaking with her, she does confirm that Todd Jenkins is her brother. She wouldn't tell me, though, who had the car when it was in Cedar Rapids. So a search warrant was obtained for the vehicle. Our crime scene investigators search the car and find that it's been thoroughly cleaned by someone. We do get a break, however, and find that the car had what's called an infotainment center.
That infotainment center stores all the vehicle's data about
GPS data confirms that the gold Ford Fusion was at the come and go at the time of the murder.
Investigators analyzed the Ford's movements before the murder for clues that could identify the shooter.
At 5:58 a.m., the vehicle stopped at the intersection of First Avenue and 11th Street in Cedar Rapids. The vehicle stopped there for 2 minutes.
It went right next to Casey's, located in the 1200 block First Avenue, which is 2 blocks away from Kiara's apartment.
I also know from my experience that this Casey convenience store has surveillance video.
I'll check it out.
I followed up with this information and went to the Casey's.
Hi, Investigator DeVore, Cedar Rapids PD. I need to review your surveillance footage for October 30th. Can you start just before 6 a.m.?
At 5:58, we were able to see this gold Ford Fusion on the front cameras. We're able to see the suspect get out, and then we see the suspect enter the store.
Have you got any cameras inside?
And when he walks through the door, you're able to see who it is.
There. Punching on his face?
I was able to cross-reference his face with a driver's license photo of Todd Jenkins. This person is Kiara's ex-boyfriend. Todd Jenkins approaches the counter, cashes in 2 lottery tickets, then leaves the store. On the exterior camera, you can see Todd pull away in the gold-colored sedan and head towards Kiara's apartment.
Have you still got those lottery tickets? Thanks.
Not only do we have a picture now, but we have the lottery tickets that he used that morning, and he signs Todd Jenkins.
That's the break we've been looking for. Now we knew the identity of the shooter and the past relationship and history with Kiara. At this stage, we were able to prove she was lying because she knows who the shooter is.
While officers track down Todd Jenkins, investigators secure Kiara's cell phone records. They review the calls from October 30th, the day Reggie was shot.
There was a phone call 2 minutes prior to the murder where Todd called Kiara. This shows that he called while he was chasing Reginald Ward and Kiara Morrissey down First Avenue towards the Come and Go store. Also, there's a text message from her to Todd Jenkins that says, if you want to fight or shoot this man, you have to be ready.
We realized Kiara was not telling the truth of what happened in the shooting.
Investigators go to her apartment.
All right, Kiara, how are you doing?
What's up?
Well, we've tried leaving you messages and you're not returning our calls.
Because I don't have time for that right now.
We're doing our job. Can we come in and talk to you?
Okay, sure.
We asked Kiara about a phone call at 7:47 a.m., just 2 minutes before the shooting. You guys were driving down the road on First Avenue. Did you talk to Todd at that time?
I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember who I talked to for 2 minutes.
Let's get past the I don't know stuff, okay? You want to tell us the truth?
I can only tell you what I know for a fact is the truth.
We asked her if she has spoke with Todd Jenkins since the shooting.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
How many times do you think you've talked to him?
I don't know.
You
I
guys
talk to a lot of people.
Well, I know you talk to a lot of people. You've told me that over and over. So, have you talked to him? Is he still in Davenport?
I don't know. I'm done talking.
Kiara was to the point where she doesn't want to answer questions truthfully.
From my experience, I believe that Kiara was being evasive.
We're feeling comfortable that we can file our charges. But we have no idea where Todd is. He's basically went off the grid.
I need a warrant for Todd Jenkins. Yeah, thanks.
When reviewing Kiara Morrissey's phone records further, I found that she had called the Quality Inn in Aurora, Illinois on March 7th.
Hi, Cedar Rapids Police Department.
Officers speak to somebody at the front desk. They verify there is a Todd Jenkins staying there.
Can you send over your security footage?
We received video surveillance footage from the lobby of this Quality Inn.
Hey, take a look at this.
It's Todd.
It's Kiara.
You can clearly see Todd Jenkins and Kiara Morrissey together in the lobby. This does show that Kiara Morrissey, Todd Jenkins, they're back together since this crime had been committed on October 30th of 2019.
Put me through to the U.S. Marshal, Illinois office.
We called in our U.S. Marshals to go to Aurora to the hotel to see if Todd was still there. And Todd was at the hotel with Kiara.
On March 26, 2020, U.S. Marshals take Todd Jenkins into custody.
He was transferred to the Kendall County Jail in Illinois. I did interview Todd inside the jail.
Well, I want to take you back to
October 30th of 2019. Were you in Cedar Rapids that day?
No, not.
You weren't?
No.
You remember where you were that day?
No, I was kind of hungover. So.
Kind of hungover?
Yeah.
He would never admit that he was in Cedar Rapids. I later showed him a still photograph of him inside the Casey store. That's you in a Casey's in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on October 30th of 2019. Why were you there?
I don't know who that is, officer.
Okay, well, that's you. Given all the evidence that had been gathered in this investigation, I knew that Todd Jenkins was lying. The investigation clearly showed that he was the killer of Reginald Ward.
We had charged Kiara with accessory after the fact. However, we came up with this proffer agreement where Kiara testified in court. We were willing to dismiss the charge against her.
Since she cooperated, part of her deal was we decided to dismiss the case against her so she has no charges, she had no punishment, and that she was free to go.
Investigators find no evidence that Brianna Sanders Benavides, Todd's sister and the owner of the Ford Fusion, had any knowledge of or involvement in Reggie's murder. She is charged with no crimes. In May 2021, Todd Jenkins waives his right to a jury and opts for a bench trial.
This was a case where we had so much surveillance video that you can't contradict that.
Prosecutors pieced together the events that led to Reggie's murder.
Reggie and Kiara have been dating for over a year. Kiara's ex, Todd Jenkins, is jealous of their relationship. He decides if he can't have Kiara, then neither can Reggie. On the morning of October 30th, Todd drives his sister's gold Ford Fusion. He parks at Scooter's Coffee under Kiara Morris's apartment building.
Todd has with him the Glock 9mm pistol and the RIP ammunition that he had purchased weeks prior. He then puts his plan into action the moment that Kiara and Reggie exit Kiara's apartment.
He pursues Reggie and even calls Kiara from behind the wheel. Kiara and Reggie pull into Come and Go. Todd follows.
What's up, man? What you doing with my girl, bro? What's up? What's up?
Todd confronts Reggie and then shoots him. Todd then drives to Muscatine, where police believe that Todd throws the gun into the Mississippi River.
A judge finds Todd Jenkins guilty of first-degree murder. On September 29, 2021, Todd Jenkins is sentenced to life without parole.
The surveillance video was invaluable in this case. It allowed us to piece together this crime to see how aggressive Todd was in his pursuit that day of Reggie and how set he was that he was going to confront Reggie that day and kill him because of his jealousy.
Building the case against Todd Jenkins. We would not have got this conviction, and I don't know if we would have got charges filed and ever resolved the case without surveillance footage.
Todd Jenkins was an absolute coward. You had to pull a gun and shoot my brother while he was walking away. Over a girl? She meant that much. And don't nobody got it now. Because my brother dead and you in prison. for the rest of your life.
He's gone, and no matter what I do or say or how I feel, like, he'll never come back, and it's just something that I'm gonna have to live with. So I got a tattoo for Reggie. It says LLR, and it stands for Long Live Reggie.
As far as me moving on or dealing with Lil Reg's passing, I have not. I haven't. I always have him with me. If I can.
Next time on See No Evil.
There's a dead body on the side of the road.
It was very clear that she had been beaten up. Surveillance footage was really paramount in this investigation.
Where'd you go? I'm sure you will. Well, the camera doesn't lie.
There is a dead body on the side of the road.
Do you know if it's male or female?
It was very clear that she had been beaten up. She was involved in a very physical altercation.
Now we have to start running down the details.
Surveillance footage was really paramount in this investigation. Why did she need that money? Could she have gotten in trouble? She's gone, and now he's throwing things away right when he gets home. Something just didn't look right, and it raised our suspicion.
Where'd you go? I'm sure you will. Well, the camera doesn't lie.
Eileen Gowan is celebrating her birthday with her family.
Happy 60th birthday, Granny.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
She didn't like getting older, that's for sure. But she still looked good for being 60.
Okay, let me get this food ready. I'm starving.
She was getting her buzz on cooking, just in her element in the kitchen. She was an awesome cook.
Can I help?
You can get me another beer.
Eileen and Sam were dating off and on for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years.
My mom was married 3 times. I believe she was a hopeless romantic, and she was always looking for that right person.
Cheers.
Cheers.
She definitely wanted things to work with Sam. They seemed like they were having a pretty good day together. She just loved that we were all together. I just wish I would have done more. I wish I could have made it more special.
How can I help you, ma'am?
I need to report a missing person.
Nicole came into police records and reported her mother missing on the 14th of February, 2023. She last heard from her mother the morning of the 13th.
I spoke to her at like 8:30 in the morning, and she told me that Sam kicked her out and she had nowhere to go. There was arguing going on, and it wasn't good. So a friend of hers, Mike, offered to let her stay for a couple days. I didn't have Mike's number. I called Sam. He said he hasn't heard from her. It just was very odd to me. I was worried.
I'll get an officer to look at this.
So Nicole provided us with 2 names: Sam Brammer, Eileen's on-again, off-again boyfriend, and Mike Brockman, who she was currently living with. So we needed to speak with both of them. Right away on the 15th of February, we reached out to Sam Brammer and requested an interview with him. The missing persons case was initially assigned to Sergeant Ted Roberts.
I'm the sergeant that you talked to on the phone. My name's Ted Roberts. You know, Eileen, she's never done this kind of thing before. She's never just, you know, took off and gone.
What she does is she comes to me, she's moved in with me 4 or 5 times. But usually when she moves in with me, she stays away from home.
He explains that they would be together, they would get in these arguments, and they would break up.
Sam tells detectives that Eileen messaged him on February 13th, the same day that Nicole last heard from her mom.
She texted me.
Okay.
And wanted to know if I would come and get her.
He said she needed to ride from Sugar's Diner to Mike Brockman's residence.
My mom was working at Sugar's in Council Bluffs as a server. She would come in at 5, 6 in the morning and clean it and then serve for the morning shift and then come back for her afternoon shift.
Sam says that he picked up Eileen in his 1999 Ford F-150 at 8:30 in the morning. They leave Sugar's Diner, and he takes her to Mike Brockman's residence.
I pull up, she gets in the truck. We take off and drops her off there. Then I'm left.
It's about 2.5 miles from Sugar's Diner. He would have dropped her off there at about 8:40 in the morning.
Sam indicated that he had not heard from her again.
When Sam mentions that, it certainly makes us want to talk to Mike sooner than later.
Detectives bring in Mike Brockman for questioning.
Detective Brannigan, this is Sergeant Roberts. Thanks for coming in today.
Law enforcement wants to know when was the last time Mike Brockman saw Eileen? How did that relationship work or go?
Tell me how you met Eileen.
Mike said he's a regular patron of Sugar's Diner. He knows Eileen from frequenting that business. We asked him if he had any type of contact with Eileen.
Was there ever anything sexual between you and Eileen?
He flat out denied that. He said he had no desire to have an intimate relationship with her.
Why was Eileen staying at your place?
He allowed her to stay on this couch and stay there for a short period of time. On Sunday night, had a conversation with her that that was going to be her last night. She needed to find another place to stay. And he would take her to work that morning on the 13th, Monday morning, and he would come pick her up, gather her things, and he would take her wherever she wanted to go.
What time did you drop Eileen off at Sugar's Diner Monday morning?
He said he dropped her off at about 5 in the morning.
Thanks, Mike.
And he says he worked all day. He arrives home around 5 o'clock in the evening, so he waits until about 8 p.m. He still hasn't heard from Eileen.
What did you do then?
So he gathers up Eileen's belongings. He drives to Sugar's himself and drops them off.
Mike's account is directly contradicted by Sam's interview that he picked up Eileen and he drove her straight out to Mike Brockman's house.
Both Sam and Mike are released, pending further investigation.
Police are now trying to verify the stories that they've received from Sam and from Mike. First thing they do is start looking for video. So they reach out to Sugar's.
Morning. I'm Sergeant Roberts. This is Detective Brannigan.
Morning.
We'd like to ask you some questions.
That morning, Eileen came in early. She did her cleaning, then she left at 8:30 in the morning.
Was there anything odd or unusual about Eileen's mood or behavior?
She was supposed to be back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and she didn't show up. It was completely out of the ordinary.
Do you have any surveillance cameras on the premises?
Sugar's Diner has a camera out the back door, has a camera at the front, at the entrance. What we're hoping to see is Eileen come to work and how she's acting. We want to make sure that she's, first off, acting normal.
Can you start just before 8:30 a.m. on the backdoor camera? Stop.
There's Eileen.
We see Eileen walking across the video screen. She leaves work. She doesn't look like she's in any type of distress.
Okay, keep playing.
They're really hoping that, as that camera advances, that they'll be able to see what happens next, where she goes, who she's with. Sam indicated that he was driving her out, and he had a fairly distinctive truck. He had a Ford F-150.
Rewind and play that again.
It's Brammer. We see Sam's truck drive directly in front of that camera angle.
Play that again. Stop. Zoom in.
We can clearly see Eileen sitting in the passenger seat of that truck. So that confirms the statement from Sam that he did pick her up that morning at 8:30, and she was healthy, alive, and with him voluntarily.
It's time to start trying to verify Mike Brockman's story. He had indicated that he had dropped Eileen's belongings off that evening at the back door of Sugar's.
Show me the camera that covers the back. Play just before 8 p.m. Stop there.
We can clearly see Mike Brockman removing some items from his truck and leaving them at the back door. And then he gets back in his truck and he drives off. So he was telling us the truth. Now we know that at 8:30 in the morning that she's alive and well in the passenger seat of Sam Brammer's truck. At about 8 o'clock at night, Mike Brockman is dropping off her belongings at the back door. So we need to be able to put more things into that timeline. We need to know where she was at what time, who she was with, what she was doing. We don't have any of this information yet.
See, now police have to start running down the details. Does Mike Brockman have an alibi for his whereabouts on the day of February 13th? And so detectives went to his work.
The manager pulled up his timesheets on the morning of the 13th. He clocks in around 6 o'clock in the morning. Mike Brockman was still there talking with coworkers when she left. Around 4 o'clock, Mike Brockman was at work all day long on the 13th, just like he told us.
Mike has a pretty solid alibi. So Sam Brammer was the last one that has been seen with her at 8:30 in the morning.
Investigators switch gears.
The police are trying to find out who has spoken with Eileen, who has seen Eileen after Sam had picked her up from Sugar's. So they reach out to friends and family, and they end up speaking with Eileen's mom, Kathleen, at Dudley Court Apartments.
Kathleen tells detectives that Eileen visited her at around 8:45 a.m.
How was Eileen when you saw her on February 13th?
Kathleen said that she was acting completely normal.
What did Eileen do when she came in?
Kathleen said that she went into the apartment, went straight into the bedroom where the safe is kept, retrieved the safe, and she left the apartment. That safe had about $1,200 into it, according to her mom. That's a pretty good, sizable amount of money.
Eileen's visit to her mom's apartment conflicts with Sam's account of her movements that morning.
Sam's interview indicated that he picked up Eileen at Sugar's at 8:32, and he drove her straight out to Mike Brockman's house. He lived north and east of Sugar's, about 5-10 minutes away. Eileen's mom's apartment is around 15 minutes west of Sugar's. And if he drove her straight out to Mike Brockman's house, then she couldn't be at her mom's apartment at about 8:45 a.m., 10 minutes later. So law enforcement is looking to try to verify, again, the accuracy of the statements. They're able to acquire the surveillance footage from the Dudley Court Apartments.
Okay, start just before 8:40 a.m.
So at about 8:45 in the morning, we see Eileen entered Dudley Court. She comes in through the foyer. She gets on the elevator.
Next camera.
And then we see her come off the elevator on the second floor. And she walks directly to her mom's apartment.
Then she goes off camera. And then about 5 minutes later, you can see her coming out.
She's carrying the safe.
It was a small black safe with a handle on top. Why did she need that money? Did she need to just get away from everything for a little while? Or could she have gotten in trouble? Did she need to pay somebody off?
Back to the lobby camera.
She exits out of the lobby.
Unfortunately, there's no cameras that cover where she goes once she leaves. She's not seen with Sam Bramer, but he's the one that left Sugars with her. And 15 minutes later, she's on camera at Dudley Court Apartments. So this is certainly pretty good evidence that she is still with Sam Bramer during this period of time.
Across town, Eileen's family struggles with her disappearance.
As time went, we became more and more concerned.
My brother, Jack, made a missing person flyer.
And we all went, every gas station, every bar, I mean, just every business that would let us put it up.
Hey there, Eileen Gowan, leave a message.
I was calling her, blowing her phone up, no response. My mom was my best friend. And so I knew I had to stay strong for the girls, but believe me, there was times that I couldn't.
Investigators refocus on Sam's movements on February 13th. They review the data from traffic cameras to trace where he went that day.
Sam told us that he picks her up at 8:30, took her to Mike Brockman's house, and he went back home.
There are a couple of surveillance cameras that were positioned between Sugars and Mike Brockman's house that captured the highway. Sam's truck is not captured on that video. But Sam's truck is identified at 9:28 a.m. on the 13th, heading westbound on West Broadway at about 36th Street, which would be leading into Omaha, Nebraska. Still not in the direction of Mike's house, which is north and east of town.
The next surveillance camera photograph we receive is Sam returning, now traveling eastbound at the same location at 10:28 a.m., 1 hour later. So for 1 hour, he's somewhere in Nebraska. There is someone in the passenger side, but you can't see the passenger's face. Something just didn't look right, and it raised our suspicion.
The police department for a second interview.
We began talking with him again about his movements that day. Now this time, he knows that we have some questions. He's prepared, and he gives us a little bit more information.
So I went and picked her up, and she got in the truck, but she didn't want to go home right away. So me and her just went right down Broadway, and then she wanted to stop at her mom's house.
He tells us, well, I didn't take her straight to Mike Brockman's house. First, she needed to go see her mom. So we went to Dudley Court.
I stopped at her mom's house, and she was in there for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. She come out there, got back in. She just said she wanted to talk to her mom. That's what she told me.
Did she come out with anything? Did she have anything?
She had her purse, and she had a black safe with her. She wanted to talk to me about helping her get in the apartment.
Now we know what that money was for. That money was to put down on an apartment, the deposit, first month's rent. We received video photos from Sherwood Apartments and located them walking up to the door, seeing that the office doors were closed, and then they left.
That confirms that part of his story, but he still ends up with the story that he drops her off at Mike Brockman's house.
Okay, and then somewhere off of there is where you drop her off. As soon as I pulled up, and she didn't want me to go in the driveway in case he was there, and that's when I went straight, turned around, and came back. Okay. And I hit straight home.
We know that he didn't take her to Mike Brockman's house because we have the video of him going back west.
We have a camera at 36th and Broadway, and we have your truck going westbound at 9:28 a.m. going to Omaha. I told you, I went straight home. I don't remember going to Omaha. Well, the camera doesn't lie. And then 1 hour later, you're coming back from Omaha, and you're going eastbound, coming back into Council Bluffs. 1 hour later. Where'd you go? I went straight home.
I know that he's not telling me the truth. I don't know why he's lying to me yet, but there's a lot of things that just aren't adding up. We'd like to look a little bit further in your phone and get the location information off of it so that we can see where you went during that time, okay? We applied for search warrants for Sam and Eileen's phone. We can find out the movements of their phones.
While investigators wait for the phone data, they review the surveillance footage from the apartments where Sam lives.
Play the camera that faces the parking lot.
That's Sam's truck.
This camera angle shows Sam Brammer arriving home at 12:59 on the 13th, the day that Eileen went missing. He gets out, fiddles around with his truck. Sam takes some things out of the truck and walks away.
What's he got in the bag?
Is there a camera that shows where Sam goes?
Right at the entrance is a dumpster. We can see Sam, and he walks toward that dumpster, carrying whatever it is that he's carrying.
What's he throwing in the trash?
It's hard to tell. Go back to the first camera.
He returns to his truck. He's opening up the doors. He looks like he's cleaning a couple of things out.
Why is he spending so much time in the passenger side?
That door was open. There's a tree there. It's hard to see exactly what he's doing. Then he closes up the truck and walks back to his apartment. We can clearly see that Eileen's not in the truck at this time. She's gone, and now he's throwing things away right when he gets home. That raises some red flags with me.
By the time we realized that footage existed, it was too late to find out what he'd put in the dumpster. That dumpster had already been emptied.
Okay, let's just keep watching and see if Sam comes back out to his truck.
The surveillance camera on the 14th shows him leaving in his truck after dark, about 8 p.m.
Fast forward, let's see when he comes back.
He returns at about 10 p.m., so he's gone for about 2 hours. We need to know where Sam went. So we still have some unresolved questions that we would like to talk with him about. We had tried to contact him, leaving messages, but we didn't get any response.
Investigators issue a bolo for Sam and his pickup.
You can light it up. It's approaching him.
A patrol officer spots the truck in Council Bluffs later that afternoon.
Sam is obviously beginning to elude. He speeds up. It's a dangerous pursuit. He's driving recklessly. There's traffic. The speeds are getting pretty high. He's running stop signs. So it's determined that this pursuit needs to end.
A warrant is obtained for Sam's arrest for eluding.
Three days later, Sam Brammer turns up at the police department.
I'm Sam Brammer. I got outstanding warrants. I'm here to give myself up.
I drove straight to the station and prepared to talk to him.
Detective Brannigan questions Sam for a third time about his movements on the day that Eileen disappeared.
I'm trying to really lock him into a final route that he took.
Where did you go between 9:28 and 10:28 with Eileen?
He now admits to having new memories. He now remembers that they did actually travel over across to Omaha.
He said they went to Carter Lake, to the park, which is actually in Omaha. And he said that they fooled around a little bit. So that was his reason for being in Omaha for an hour.
And where did you go then?
I dropped her off at Mike's place. Look, if you don't believe me, I can show you the route we took.
And I thought, you know, that's a great idea. Let's do that. We turned up 205th Street, and 205th is where Mike Brockman lives. He says, this right here is where I turned around. She got out, grabbed her purse, grabbed her safe, and she just stood there as I drove away. So he's able to claim at that point he has no idea where she went, because he last saw her standing on the side of 205th Street between two homes. I absolutely know he's lying at that point. He never made it there. He never went to 205th Street. So we drive back to his apartment. I pulled up right behind his truck, and I asked him, Sam, do you mind if we take a look in your truck? He says, you're not gonna find anything, he said. We just want to look and see if there's anything in there that tells us that there was a disturbance between you and Eileen inside that truck. So Detective Fletcher looked inside the vehicle. He didn't see anything completely out of the ordinary. Sam Brammer knew now that we were definitely interested in this truck. We wanted to see inside that truck. But at this point, we only have a missing person. We don't have a crime. So I don't have probable cause to seize or search anything.
Sam is taken back to the station and released on bail for his traffic violations. Investigators refocus on tracing Sam's movements on February 13th, the day Eileen disappeared.
When Sam comes back from Omaha, the traffic camera captures his truck at 10:28, but we didn't know where he went after that. So I requested a couple of our detectives to go canvass every business in that area for any kind of video footage that they could find, and they did just that. We were able to secure video from one of the businesses in this area. It's a Burger King in the 3200 block of West Broadway, right by the traffic camera at 36th and Broadway.
Play from there.
We can see Sam Brammer's truck pull up to the drive-thru.
Okay, rewind. Let's have another look.
It captures both him and Eileen in the passenger side. We know it's Eileen, but the way she's positioned is very awkward. It's strange.
Zoom into Eileen.
It looks like her right arm is across her body. She doesn't look right, and all you can see is her lower body. And nothing moves. The whole time that he's sitting there, nothing moves. We watched it several times. I never thought that I would ever see a piece of video footage like this. We started noticing Brammer.
Look at his chest. It's really moving up and down.
He was taking very large breaths. He was gasping. You could see the nervousness on Brammer. After that, we were convinced that Eileen was either hurt very bad and unconscious or already deceased. And then we received a phone call.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Crescent, Iowa.
What's going on?
So we were driving down the road, and there is a dead body on the side of the road.
Do you know if it's male or female?
It's female for sure.
On February 26th, a 911 call came in alerting authorities to a body that had been located. I was the on-call supervisor that day, and so that's why I was dispatched to it. I could see that the body was on the side of the roadway in the ditch. The body had jeans on and a coat with a zipper, and I was aware of the clothing that Eileen had last been seen in. So it was pretty apparent that that was her.
Detective, you seen a black safe box? Nope.
The safe wasn't anywhere in the area. She was missing her glasses. One of her shoes was missing. Her purse was not in the area. Her phone wasn't around her.
When could she have been dumped here?
It had snowed several days before, and so the snow had begun to melt. That's when the body was able to be seen. We could see that there really wasn't snow underneath the body, which suggested that she had been there prior to when it snowed, since roughly the 13th, the day she went missing. There was a laceration on the top of her head, and there was also a ligature mark on her neck that we noted.
The number of contusions and injuries that Eileen sustained, it was very clear that she had been beaten up. She was involved in a very physical altercation. Now my investigation ramps up. Now we absolutely have a homicide.
Investigators contact Eileen's family with the news.
Detective Brannigan just said, I'm sorry to inform you, but it was your mom's body that we found. I just lost it.
That little sliver of hope is, of course, gone then. You don't ever think that something like this is going to happen to someone you know.
I couldn't tell my daughter that the person she loved so much is never coming back.
I felt between helpless and hopeless. My focus was they better get him before I do.
Detectives secure a warrant to search Sam's apartment and his pickup truck.
The truck wasn't there that night. We had announced ourselves, entered. Sam was inside the residence. He didn't want to talk to us.
Put Sam on the stairs and search the apartment.
Sam shares that apartment with his granddaughter, Emily. We asked Emily what happened to her grandpa's truck.
My grandpa told me to tell anybody who asks about the truck and where it is. He told me to say, I don't know. That's all he told me to say, was I don't know where it is. I told the police officer that a few days prior, my grandpa asked me if I could follow him in his truck to the scrapyard in Carter Lake. He pulled his truck in to go get crushed.
We received the still photos from Lakeside Auto Salvage. We can clearly see his truck, his driver's license, and him in his truck. He had the car shredded.
Our belief was that there would have been incriminating forensic evidence in that truck. He was able to get that truck crushed before we were able to get it searched.
We missed that opportunity. It just makes you shake your head. It's unbelievable. What else could happen?
Detectives received Sam's and Eileen's cell phone data from February 13th.
We were able to triangulate their locations with cell towers. The information that we received shows the phones traveling together up until about 11 o'clock in the morning. And right about that time, the phones are no longer communicating, which means they were either turned off or they were placed on airplane mode.
Investigators search for surveillance cameras close to the location of the last ping from Eileen's phone.
We were able to find some surveillance video from a Department of Transportation camera out in Trainer, Iowa, on Highway 92.
At 11:46 a.m. on February 13th, a camera captures Sam Brammer's pickup.
Sam's truck is seen traveling east on Highway 92 through Trainer, Iowa. And he drives out of sight, continuing east. And at 12:34, we again see Sam's truck, this time traveling on Highway 92 back toward Council Bluffs. Now we can clearly see through his windshield as he's driving. He's the only person inside that truck. But Eileen's phone is with him. Sam continues all the way to his home. When he gets home at 12:59, we know Eileen is not in that truck because he has it all opened up. I believe that Sam dumped her somewhere east of Trainer just to get her out of his truck. He needed to find someplace to hide her quickly.
The next day, we know he's gone for 2 hours on the 14th, as we see the surveillance video showing him leaving the apartment complex about 8 p.m. and returning at 10 p.m. That would have been plenty of time for him to drive, retrieve her body, take her to the different location, and drop her body on Mormon Bridge Road. Law enforcement is really, looking at motive at this point. So we've obtained Sam's bank records.
I came upon one deposit that occurred on the 15th of February. This was a deposit of $1,200 in cash. This amount of money matches the amount of money that should have been in the safe that Eileen had. Video from the bank does show Sam Brammer enter the bank and give cash to the teller.
This was very significant because Eileen has the safe that has $1,200 cash in it that has gone missing, and then 2 days later, he's showing up at the bank depositing, coincidentally, $1,200 in cash. He had taken possession of her safe.
So at this point, we had enough probable cause to issue warrants for Sam Brammer's arrest.
On May 24th, Sam Brammer is arrested.
He was formally charged in August of 2023 with second-degree murder, and then the trial began in mid-November.
Prosecutors lay out the events that led to Eileen's murder.
Sam picked her up at Sugar's at 8:32. He drove her to her mom's apartment where she retrieved the safe. Then they started heading westbound through the city of Council Bluffs, across to Omaha. They drove to Carter Lake.
Oh, no. Come on. Come on, jump out. It's a beautiful day. Come on. Hello. Yeah. Come here. Come on. Hey, come here. Sam.
Ooh, stop.
I posited to the jury that he's assaulting her with something more than his fist, something significant enough to cause a laceration to the left side of her scalp. He brutally assaulted her while he was choking her, and during that assault, she died. He then puts her back in the truck and heads back into Council Bluffs. At 10:36 a.m., she can be seen now awkwardly slumped in the drive-thru at Burger King. We have cell phone data and the surveillance video that showed that he was heading east toward Traynor, where he dumped her body. Shortly thereafter, he's heading back westbound, back into Council Bluffs, without Eileen. And then he arrives back home, the Cottonwood Apartments. He grabs something from the bed of the truck, and we see him walk across and deposit that item in the dumpster. The next day, he's leaving the apartment complex about 8 p.m. to collect her body from maybe where it had initially been dumped to where it ultimately ends up north of town at Mormon Bridge Road and 152nd. Then Sam Bramer deposited $1,200 cash, probably taken from her safe. On January 18th, 2024, the judge sentenced Sam Bramer to the maximum of 65 years in prison for murder in the second degree, abuse of a corpse, and theft in the second degree. Mike Brockman was cleared of any wrongdoing whatsoever.
Surveillance footage was really paramount in this investigation.
Even though the crime itself was not captured on video, almost the entire before and almost the entire after was captured on surveillance video.
Without the cameras, we would have possibly never solved this crime.
It was partial release when we found out that he was guilty. But then the other part of it is it didn't bring Mom back. So I would give anything to talk to my mom one more time.
I just miss her big personality, and it's infuriating that someone could take that for no good reason. I would just choose to remember her as somebody who was always willing and able to do her best for her kids and her grandkids.
She was funny. She loved life. She had this weird laugh that was contagious. She was just a great person. Whenever I needed her, whether it was in the middle of the night or she had something going on, she would stop what she's doing and come to be with me. Just anything. She was there. And I love and miss her very much.
Next time on See No Evil.
911, you said yes of your emergency.
Cause of death had been ruled a homicide. They said it was very clear strangulation.
I noticed several cameras. We see the suspect. We need to find out who he is. I want to get this person off the streets immediately.